What's up, Champagne Babes? It's your girl Rose, and I'm getting ready to add a little fizz to your day. I want to show you how I got this beautiful cinnamon copper color. I started with using 3 bundles of my Bodacious body wave hair in a transparent lace closure that's 5x5. I also got 3 boxes of L'Oreal High Color in the color copper and 1 in Sizzling copper, alongside using a squeeze bottle, gloves, a brush, and plastic trash bag just to keep my counter clean and make everything as smooth and easy as possible. Now, following the instructions on the box, I added 1.5 parts developer per box of color, equaling nearly 8 ounces of developer. And I started with only 3 out of the 4 boxes of color because I wanted to be mindful of adding the contents to the bottle. I did 2 coppers and then the Sizzling copper, which is the white contents that you see squeezing out, which came with the color intensifier. Super important for getting that rich, vibrant tone that we're going for. Once I got all the contents added up, I added the top and shook the bottle like I was popping a champagne bottle after a championship game, making sure to mix everything really well. Once it was all blended, carefully removed the cap because I didn't want any spills, and I started applying the color by squeezing it all over the hair, the first layer of the hair at that, and then following up with my brush and working it through section by section. I made sure I unfolded the hair and added the color everywhere, using a generous amount to make sure the hair was saturated on every strand. Think of this like you're giving your hair a nice low color treatment. It's very important to make sure everything is saturated because you want a nice, even color all the way through. And that I even colored my wefts, y'all, just to make sure that everything was working. Now, additionally, I took a plastic comb and I worked the product through the hair, similar to like you would do after you get a relaxer on some virgin afro hair. Work it all the way through just to make sure that product is evenly distributed, and then you'll have a little excess, but just smooth that out and coat the hair additionally with more and let that sit. I added my last bottle of color to the remaining mix in the bottle, and I began working on the closure. I started with the ends, then worked in small sections, focusing on the roots last and being extra careful not to get anything on my lace. What I didn't show you off screen was that prior to this, I did take Got to Be Freeze spray and I coated my lace in 5 layers, letting it air dry and put a thick coat on top of it in the event that any color got on there. However, still being very careful not to get the color through it. And similar to like I did with the bundles, after getting all the color added to the hair, I made sure I combed everything through, worked those roots last because I want them to be darker, and then I set those to the side to check on my bundles again. As you can see, my first bundle processed to the perfect shade. It had been sitting the longest, so I wanted to let the other 2 bundles process more, and I took that one to the bowl and using the Ion Color Solution shampoo, conditioner, after color sealer, I shampooed, conditioned, sealed the hair, and I used lukewarm water because I didn't want to open the cuticles up and just have that color profusely coming out. I let the hair air dry overnight, and here's the finished product of each of the bundles. Each bundle has its own unique variation of color, and the light really makes it look darker than what it is, but I actually loved it because it adds dimension for my hairstyle. Now, fast forward to 2 days later, I have a hair appointment, and my appointment actually got pushed back for an hour to accommodate my stylist having a schedule mix up. So while I waited, I decided to go ahead and bleach my knots. Now, if you're wondering why I have pink bleach, it's because I like to add a few drops of Adore Sienna Brown to help my knots not be yellow or orange, but still have that nice hue that matches with my skin complexion. So after getting that thick coating of bleach on them, I cover that in aluminum foil, let that process for 15 minutes, and I checked it periodically through, making sure I did not over bleach it. Reluctantly so, I was coming close on time, so I ended up rinsing the bleach out when I could have let it set a little longer. However, my stylist is going to take care of the rest. I don't know who needs to hear this, but when you go get your hair done, make sure your stylist, one, is shampoo, conditioning your hair, and treating your hair. And baby girl, get those ends trimmed, especially if you wear protective styles like wigs or quick weaves. Now, I saw her foot quick weave. This is a full closure quick weave using all 3 bundles of my 16 inches of Bodacious body wave. And baby, when I tell you the hairstyle ate, it ate down, and I am totally obsessed with it. And I know you are too, so get into it. Now, baby, you can't tell me that my hairstyles didn't eat this look up, because I was in the bathroom serving straight looks playing with this hair. I love it. Now stay tuned, because I'll post another video on how I maintain this hairstyle for 4 weeks as someone who exercises 5 days out of the week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.